You can show me 100 examples of songs that don't rhyme that did very well, I'm sure, but if you can rhyme in a song, it is a great way of establishing patterns, of keeping their attention, of drawing connections between sections of the song. Okay, so there's a bunch of different ways to do rhyme scheme. You don't have to make every single line. What's your question? Hold on. Is the hook the same? It's a good question. Is your hook the same as the pre-chorus? No, Isabella, but I will address that in the next one. It's a good question. Rhyme is really important. People either are really into rhyming or try really hard not to rhyme, really, on tight rhymes. I will do it a million different ways. And I want to show you with the same songs I just showed you how you can rhyme efficiently and do what this says. Establish patterns, help draw connections for the listener, and make things generally more memorable. Okay, so let's go back to Straight Tequila Night. Where are you? There we are. Straight Tequila Night. All right, let's go through the beginning of the song. If you really want to know, she comes here a lot. She just loves to hear the music and dance. K13 is her favorite song. If you play it, you might have a chance. All right, to be honest with you, the only thing that's rhyming here is dance and chance. I really think of this as being two really, really long lines. If you really want to know, she comes here a lot. She just loves to hear the music and dance. That's your rhyme. K13 is her favorite song. If you play it, you might have a chance. Two really, really long lines, okay? And then the rhymes get a little quicker here after that. Tonight she's only sipping white wine. She's friendly and fun-loving most of the time, all right? I really want to talk about the chorus rhyme scheme, though. But don't ask her on a straight tequila night. She'll start thinking about him as she's ready to fight. Blames her broken heart on every man in sight on a straight tequila night. This is called, I'm going to bring this up so I can actually write on it. This is called an A form. Okay? Whenever you change the rhyme, you'd switch to a different letter. But in this case, this is an A form. Night, fight, sight, night. On a chorus, that can be really, really effective because it's constantly solidifying the connection between these four lines. I mean, it could have been a little different, but don't ask her on a straight tequila night. She'll start thinking about him and she's ready to brawl. Blames her broken heart on every man in sight on a straight tequila night. Suddenly the brawl just sticks out. It's like a big bump in the road that doesn't feel right, right? When it's night, fight, sight, night, you're cruising along and it feels great. It's a nice way of creating connections between lines. You don't always want to do an A form on a chorus, okay? But it can be super duper effective. Let's go to Hold On because that's kind of a funny one too. Now, I really want to talk about the weird thing about Hold On this chorus is that I can't really say where the real lines line up. But if you look at it, you got to hold on, you got to hold on. Take my hand, I'm standing right here, you got to hold on. So for the most part, it's really like having an A kind of an internal thing happening here only to land back on A again, right? My point being, in this case, he's rhyming on with on. Hold on, and rhyming it again with hold on. If I were to write a book about what you should never ever do, I would say never rhyme the same word with another word if you can help it. But I would also tell you, any chance you can do it and it's awesome, you should do it. That's a rule you should break. If you're Tom Waits, you can do it without asking, but it works really well here. And a couple reasons it works is by breaking that rule of not rhyming the same word with itself, it's saying, pay attention to me, right? If he's saying hold on so many times, it makes it sound like even more of a plea, right? Hold on. If he tried to rhyme, hold on, I don't want to know that you're gone, I don't know, whatever. My point being, it stands out because of that. It makes it more interesting because it's actually rhyming with itself. So, last one here, we'll go back to driver's license and talk about rhyming. Okay, this is interesting. Hold on. I'll answer your questions in just one moment. I'm talking about choruses here because they're easier to see here. But this is these are really long lines for driver's license. And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. So we got a rhyme on one and gone, right? I'm going to bring this up so I can write on it. Driver's license, come on, baby. So no one and I'm gone. Kind of a loose rhyme, right? They're not really the most perfect rhyme, but close enough for me. And then rhyming me with street, okay? So A, B, B. That's your rhyme scheme there, okay? I want to take it a step further, and I really feel like what's happening here is kind of interesting. I'm going to read it again. And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me, 'cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. I'm going to throw it out there and say we're actually hearing a rhyme with one, gone, song, it's loose, and then extending it to me, which is then rhyming with street. I think that's pretty sophisticated. They either did it on purpose or they did it by accident, but I think it's pretty sweet. Okay, so just another way you can use rhyme. All right, I'm going to quickly go over to the questions real quick because I saw something about rhyme scheme. Do all verses have to have the same rhyme pattern? No, and if we went through these verses here, you'd see that. You can do a number of things with verses, especially if you notice that Straight Tequila Night, they were longer lines. The rhyme was so far away from each other. They weren't stacked up on each other, really short lines. They were long lines that then had a rhyme after that. So you can do a lot of different things. There are many different rhyme schemes. I have a really cool book. Writing Better Lyrics by Pattison, what's his first name? Can't remember. He goes into all the different rhyme schemes, and it's really, really interesting. Otherwise, just listen to songs and start paying attention to, or read lyrics, it helps too, and look at how those rhyme schemes are lining up, and you can come up with some really cool stuff.